Hello, everybody. Hello out there. It's Rhonda. Welcome to a Facebook Live on a Monday night. That does not happen very often. Well, I don't think it's ever happened. So, welcome here to my craft room. I'm in Byron Center, Michigan, and it's a crazy time. It's 8 o'clock at night. This is our spring break craft along. I'm going to pull up your comments so I can see who's here. I never come to you typically never in the evening, and definitely not on a Monday night as well. Uh, but it is the only time today that I could do a live video. So definitely when you get here, let me know that you're here. Oh, Jennifer, I knew you would have Bible study tonight. So you are good. You are so good. We already have the tutorials are already written. But if I'm still live when you guys are done, then definitely you can come on back and say hi. Monday night is actually our Creating for Christ Bible study, which I can never attend either because Monday nights are really, well, all evenings are really usually typically very crazy in my household. But this was the first time. My family just left. Every Monday night we do family dinner, which is really cool too. My older kids all come over. There's Carter. Anybody in the family can come over on Monday night dinners. I know that that's what we're housing here. So, what did you guys make for dinner tonight? I'd love to know. Tonight, I let Carter pick out what to have for dinner. And, oh boy, I lost you. Let's pull you back up here. Carter chose pot roast. So, tonight we had a good old comfort dinner. We had pot roast and we had mashed potatoes, and I made green beans and bacon, which is really good. It's so good. You just fry up bacon and onions and put green beans in there. It's definitely one of my favorite too. All right. If you are watching the replay, feel free to fast forward if you want to. But I want to tell you what we have going on tonight. This is a special week. I'll be going live every single day, Monday through Friday, which is why I'm squeezing this in tonight because I did not want to go live. This is our crafty spring break. So many people are on spring break this week or next week. Our spring break is we're doing a half of one week and half of another week because a lot of our friends still are from Langsburg, where we're from. So we want to be able to go and see them. But then also we go for half of Granville's spring break too. So it's a kind of a weird time. We're going a Wednesday through a Tuesday for our spring break, which is next week. But we thought we would have fun with you. I have partnered with 4 other of my very talented friends. We have Erica Serwin, Ange McKay, Judy Tuttle, and Lisa Bauer. So they are all very creative demonstrators, very talented, and they're also all my friends. So we wanted to bring you a spring break. Who is ready for spring? I think we all are very, very, very ready for spring. So we're taking a little break and we're going to dive in. So I'm going to turn you over to my hands. First of all, a couple things I want to talk to you about first. If you ordered, we offered this as a craft along. So as a craft along, and I'm hoping I don't never do this at night, so I'm hoping to not have too much of a shadow going on. I usually do it during the day when there's some natural light coming in. As a part of our spring break craft along, you got a half a pack of the Ocean Friends paper, and then you got a half a pack of the plaid paper, which is inside your little goodie bag here of supplies. When I think of spring break, I think of 2 things. I think of like the ocean. So we used Ocean Friends. A lot of your projects will be using the Ocean Friends bundle and paper. But then we also think of gardening and flowers. And so I know they don't kind of go together, but they both are what a lot of us would do on a spring break. So what makes you think of spring break? Are you more of a beach spring break or more of a garden spring break? So we also put in here everybody who ordered it as well. Let's see, we got some goodies, some fun candy. We got some seeds because you're going to need those for a project. Everybody got the Dots for Days adhesive back. Yeah, Dots for Days and then our new neutral dots. You got 2 rolls of ribbon, the peach pie. I called it peach parfait the other day. And then our new white ribbon. And then again, a half a pack of the plaid paper, which super awesome. Then I filled it full of just some other goodies. Look at that little lollipop. It's so cute. Anyway, so there is some of your goodies that we sent to you for those of you who ordered the craft along. It's still available. We obviously won't have it immediately, but I'll be shipping them out at the end of the week. What also is included, and then you got a whole 24 sheets of cardstock and all the colors that we're using too, with lots of leftovers and extras, and there's also a piece of watercolor paper as well. So today I got to go first. So today are my 2 projects. The other really cool thing, I think is you will look at this packet of tutorials. So you get, I don't even know how many pages of tutorials that will have like templates. Every one of them will have what we used. It'll have, step-by-step instructions. One of the best things is it also has like everything we used with the measurements, every measurement that we used on all of our projects. So these are just some things we're looking forward to. But these are the ones that I made, that I'm making today. So I'm going to show you up front, and then we'll go ahead and teach you how to make them. And this is a craft along. So because it's a craft along, we're going to kind of do it together. Like I'll cut my paper. I probably won't do that every time, because like there's some Lisa's has lots of paper measurements, so I will do those ahead of time. These are mine, so you guys know they're pretty simple, pretty easy to duplicate, and so that's what we're gonna do. I am going to prep them for you as well. All right, so let's jump in and get started. Hello, everybody. Hello, all my friends. I know, it feels so weird. It feels so weird for me to be here at night. Okay, 2 things. This tutorial bundle, you can purchase for $25, and the link is in the description. I also emailed out the link, but this is free. When you buy the craft along, we already emailed. I emailed all these out, I think on Friday or Saturday, so you should have all of them already. But we're also giving it all week long. If you place an online order that's over $50, we're sending you all of these tutorials, the whole packet, for free. So again, that's a $25 value, and you can order whatever you want, and then you can get these tutorials to follow along with and print them off and use them as well. All right, so my projects today use all crumb cake. I did make like a card kind of box combo. It's a craft along, so you're gonna cut your paper yourself. But the one thing that we did do was we did your die cutting for you. You'll need some white. I got some white out here, some scrap white. Inside, if you ordered the make and take packet or the craft along kit, inside we have, there's an envelope that has all of your die cuts in there. So you're going to open up your envelope. Today's project is you're going to need the 2 big of the everyday arches. These are the 2 largest arches. You're going to need this countryside corner. And then you're going to need 3 or 4, I'm going to use 3 tonight, of the smallest arches. So you've got 2 of the biggest, and then I have we're going to take 3 of the smallest of the arches. All right, let's start with the card first. So the card needs these 3 arches, and then these 2 bigger ones. This is for the box. We're going to make a really fun box, or it's not only a box, it's like a bag, a box. It's a little gift-giving idea. All right, so to make this card, you're going to take your crumb cake, and you're going to cut the first one at 5.5 by 8.5. Okay. And then, again, I'm just following along right with the tutorial. I made this like a month ago, so trying to remember all my measurements is a little crazy. Then you need a piece that's 4 by 5 and 1/4. So put that to 4 by 5 1/4. What's also really special about our craft along every day is that we are going to be teaching you a technique too. So we also have technique cards that we send to everybody, and I forgot to print mine off today. But we have a technique card that is a 4 by 6 size, so you can, and we sell those new flip flaps, 4 by 6 flip flaps, so you can put them in there, so you can kind of keep a little booklet of your techniques that we'll be covering. All right, so here's a piece of paper. Now what's left here is 4 1/2. So this is already 4 1/2 wide, and you're going to cut that by 3 1/4. So this card takes just about a full sheet of paper, but it's all the pieces that you need. So those 3 pieces. On this one, you're going to score it at 1/2 inch. Yeah, you're going to score it at 1/2 inch down that one side right there. So you got that score mark. All right, now you need some designer series paper. And look, I did cut this already. I cheated. The sample card that's in the tutorial, I used this really pretty like calypso coral piece, and this one. So I wanted, for the video, I wanted to do some different colors of the plaid paper. So let me, and the one piece here is 4 by 5 1/4, and then this piece here, this is the other side, is 2 1/4 by 4. So I'll move those so we don't have that as much of a glare off of there. All right, let's go ahead. The first thing we're going to do is fold our 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 in half. The bundle that I am featuring, so I am using, we'll be using, again, the Ocean Friends bundle, and the other one is the Year of Flowers bundle. So anybody that's been following me lately, or anybody that's been watching any of my videos, knows that I am completely obsessed with this bundle. I love it. I'm very much passionate about the birth flowers and personalizing our cards. So this allows us to be able to make cards that are very personal, which is why I have 3 arches on this card versus 4. You can use 4 if you want to, but I'm going to make this card for a friend that has 3 children. So I wanted to make her just a special card for her 3 kids. So it's, if you watched last week, I made some of like, this one here is for my sister, and these are her 2 children and her grandchild. This one I made for my mom. And this is all of my brothers and sisters. So my birthday's in May, my brother's is in June, there's October and December, and my sisters are October and December. So you can tell that I love this a lot, to make these personalized projects. This is one I did for me and one of my friends. Again, our 2 birthdays. And then this was a fun fold that I had done a couple weeks ago. So I've been loving this bundle because it has meaning. To me, it like evokes emotion. It's something very special about that. I think it's very special. And here's one that I did, a little box. So just showing you some of the projects. And then you can make these little note cards for each one of the months. There's January, there's February, and you can make it for all of the months. So again, if their birthday is in March, you can send them their birth flower. All right, now the technique, so let's dive into the technique. So one of the fun things that we're doing that's different, I've never done this before on one of our craft alongs, is I'm also going to be doing a technique as well. Every single night. We've got like a white water wash, something like that. And my technique that I did was faux suede. So when I saw, what I was doing with like the flowers, I wanted a very like almost rough, earthy, natural tone to my card. So this is fun to do with a lot of different, again, more of like maybe some more nature style. So the first thing you're going to do is you are going to rough up your paper. What we need to do for this is to actually break down the fibers. So I know this is really crazy, but I just start off by just kind of crunching it up first, and then take your bone folder, and you are just gonna sit here and you're just gonna break down the fibers in the paper. And you just do both sides. You do the whole thing. I think I timed myself to do it really properly. It took me about 3 to 4 minutes. So you just gotta be a little bit patient. You can, again, I crumple it just kind of once, and the rest of the time I just spend the time kind of breaking down the fibers. The point of this is that it's gonna be a little, you'll see, it might tear a little bit. That's okay. The sample here that I have, it tore a little bit here, curls a little bit. Like, that is what you want. That adds to the technique, that adds to it. So yes, this is aggressive. So you, in the technique card that I share, I tell you to break it down with a bone folder, but you can also use, like, it's the same technique you would do at Christmas when you're like rubbing ribbon through. What you start to do is look at the edges, and you start to see it begin to split. The paper actually starts to split, and that's what you're actually looking for. You can also do this in any shades of our brown, and when you're done, it looks like suede. It gives it that leathery, fibery kind of look to it. And so anyway, so what you do is you'll see, it'll start to split. Once it splits, then you can gently and carefully start to pull your paper apart. You got to get your nails in there. And then it will slowly, can you see that? It'll slowly start, oh, sorry, it's got out of focus there. It'll slowly start to peel. So again, it will rip a little bit. Sometimes if it's not quite broken there, I will go in and do a little bit more. One thing that you'll see is that it will tear, it'll leave some behind. That's normal. So I kind of like, there we go. And it's not can you see how cool that is? Again, this is kind of normal. Then you can go from the other end. You know, some parts will, sometimes I like that look where some of it's a little bit more full than others, and then you just kind of pull that down. So this is what I have left. Now I could go in and tear this last piece off, or pull, not tear. It's a split. So you're actually like splitting the paper, and then I'll just split the rest of this. So that's the faux suede technique. I learned this, it was one of my first techniques I ever learned. And so as soon as I saw that paper, I was like, oh, that's going to be my technique. I love the faux suede look. It just adds something a little bit special to the card. There you go. There you go. So I had one on the side done as well, just in case. Like sometimes you can get a little rough, and you can you see how it looks like suede? Now the next thing you can do, and it feels it. If you could actually feel this, it feels like a suede, like a leathery type of suede. It's really cool. One of the things that I will do too is just very carefully, well, very gently and lightly, I'm going to pull some of the crumb cake ink. And again, you want to be gentle because this paper is already ripped in half and all the fibers are broken. So I'm just going to take some of that ink and just go over it, and then it's going to accentuate the cracks almost, like the cracks in the suede, or where you did again, you could even crumple it up if you need some more. Yes, Jennifer, it is great for masculine cards, really good for masculine cards. I think just really more of that earthy, natural, and I think it's great for flowers. Like, to me, when I saw this, I wanted like a very much of an earthy kind of tone to it. Okay, so there is my faux suede. It's very soft. I wish you could touch it. Well, you can touch it when you make yours. You can touch it. All right, so now I'm going to take this, I'm going to glue it down. And I, like, on purpose, you'll see, I loved my edges a little curly. There's a little rip in it there. Like, that's what you want when you want this kind of this look to it. All right. And that gets put down to the front of our card. All right. Next is this piece here. You are going to put adhesive on that flap. And then this is a fun fold, a very simple fun fold, kind of a flip flap card. So I don't know if it has a name. I'm going to call it a flip flap. Because to me, you have a flip and a flap. So that, you have it just like that. Let's see. Then we're going to take our designer series paper. So this part on the inside, you can see that, right? Well, not for much longer. We're going to glue down this piece of plaid, the inside of our card, and that will cover up that seam right there. You won't even be able to see it. You won't even know that's there. Oh, we do need a piece of white. It's 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So let me cut that really quick. This is for you to put your little message on in the inside of your card, 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay. And then we'll need that scrap white in a little bit. Then we'll glue this to the inside. So there's the inside of our really awesome card. Now we just have to decorate kind of the outside. So we have this piece of, it's just the other side because it coordinates really, really well, kind of automatically, I think. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue that down. Yeah, a shout out to you guys who got the craft along. Denise got hers. Awesome. These projects, there's quite a bit all week long. We're going to be giving you 2 projects a day. And each day it'll be a card and then some sort of like a 3D. We've got mini albums. We've got all of our cards are fun fold cards. I shouldn't say that, not all of them. But they have techniques, like everything. This week, we are going to be getting crafty. I had to pack a whole bunch of stuff to bring with me for these. All right, so now this is where we get to have fun and get personalized. Again, we're going to take that Year of Flowers. I had this little thing that Nancy gave me that has all of their what they are, and then you're gonna pick your months, and we're going to do those. So the first one I'm gonna do is April. So I have April. Actually, I'm in April. It doesn't matter. And I'm gonna do a March. So April. Where's my cleaner? There it is. It's hiding. And then I'm going to do a March. So this is, no, I lied. I'm not doing a March. It's June. I'm getting myself. Okay, so we have June. Go. Oh, shoot. I picked up a couple of ink on that. So we're going to flip it over and do the other side. All right. June. And is that making sure it looks, is it coming in clear? Is it blurry for me, but I don't have my glasses on. Let me know if it's blurry for you guys. And then the other one I'm going to do is October. So let me get my October. Excuse me. So April, June, and October. This I wanted to make for my daughter-in-law because they're having a baby, and they're having the baby in June. So April is my son's birth month, and October is hers, and then they're going to have a baby, and it's a June. So how fun is that? Like, I think I can think of so many. I gotta see. For some reason, this looks blurry to me. You know? Maybe I should put my glasses on. Wouldn't that be a good idea? Okay, so that's why I chose those months. Again, you will have different reasons to do different months and for different reasons. So I think every one of us will have a different reason too. I'm gonna very quickly kind of just color this in. Let's see. Let's do like a pink, a coral. I'll do a coral color. Okay, so I'm doing obviously a bluish color because that will go with the paper that I picked. And hold on, I'm gonna do that. Oh, I needed to get a green color too, so I should get that. Do that. And I'll come in and blend it. These are really easy to color. They're not tedious at all because it's really just like, well, let's do a yellow. Here you go. And we'll do that in the middle. So this is our Daffodil Delight. This is the lighter one, and I'll do that for the petals there. Probably should have done a different color in that middle. And then last but not least, we'll do, this is a petal pink. So this is the darker one. Thank you for, I love that you love the okay, good, the craft-alongs. We do too. The craft-alongs allow me to be able to spend more. I'd love to spend every day with you guys. I would love if you know, we didn't have all the other work that we had to do, all the kits and everything. So I would love to spend more time with you. So what I do though is about every 6 weeks, kind of, I've been doing these like a series, like a craft along series. And I love that I've been partnering with some of my demonstrator friends, so that again, like for me to come up with 10 projects and make all 10 and then do all the tutorials, that's just, I love you guys, but that's way too much work. So, I mean, I do 10 projects at a stamp camp, but to do that all on my own, on top of everything else, it'd be just too much. So anyway, that's why I get my friends to do it with me, and we have fun together. We work together. We have like our own little chat thread just to try we can bring you guys all the fun. All right, so once that is done, before we go to the next step, this is a new ribbon we just started carrying. It is one of the best. I know I say that a lot, but I really mean it on this one. It's so good for cards. It's nice and thin and light. I just dropped something on the floor, but I'll have to see what that was. And so it's perfect for card making. It's really good for card making. All right, we're just going to go ahead and tie a bow. Then we're going to add our flowers, because then the flowers will hold the ribbon in place, so the ribbon will always kind of stay there. So this is fun. Oh, I dropped my mini blue dots down there. We're going to do this. So all of my friends that we're doing this together, we are all doing the same videos every day. So again, if you want to get a different version, like how they made it, then you can, we're all doing the same projects all week long on the same days, which is also kind of fun just to see how different we all, stamp or craft, and I love watching them too. Oops. You want to make sure that you're not putting your dimensional too high up, because it might stick over top. So I'm going to put these like that. All right, so this one I only did 3. So April is my son. So we're going to put him here. And then our next one is June. That's going to be the baby. Barring everything is healthy and safe. And but I want to give this to her for Mother's Day, a Mother's Day card. And then she's October. So I just kind of made them different, like that. Okay, so the last thing to do is to add the dots. You can add, in this one, I added the neutral dots. I didn't bring those, so we're going to use the dots for days, because that's also included. Everybody, so I'm going to add some of these blue ones on here. What do you guys think of have you all done the faux suede before? Or is this anybody's first time doing the faux suede? I had not done it in a long time, so it took me a little bit. Let's do another yellow one here. Some of the yellows and the blues. like that. So here is the outside of our card. And then when you open it up, then we're going to stamp some words on the inside. I'm going to stamp it with Old Olive. And the words we're going to use are hoping your day blooms with happiness. So again, if you're getting it for Mother's Day, this is a perfect saying for that. Yep, hoping your day blooms with happiness. And that's going to go on there, just like that. All right, there is our card number 1. Oh, I said I love it, but I didn't tell you the name of it. It is the white 1/4 inch ribbon. So there's our faux suede technique. And that's what it's called, white 1/4 inch ribbon. They didn't do some funky name for it. It's just a very simple name. It's a 1/4 inch. It's very light, but not like seam binding or anything light. It's more like it feels almost like a linen, but it's really nice. Super love it. I've went through a ton of it. If you've been taking my classes, like Michelle on here, and a lot of you take all my classes, you guys will be getting quite a bit of it because I included it in a lot of my classes this month as it's new. All right, so there is card number 1. And I think I might have to, this suede, the embellishments aren't sticking as well because it's so fibrous. Is that the right word? So you might have to add your little things on with, I just added a little mini glue dot. You might need to put a little bit of glue on those. So next I wanted to actually create a box that would go with it. So they are meant to coordinate. They are meant to kind of go together if you want them to. They don't have to, but I think it's so cool to give like a little gift. And this holds so many things. They could hold little 3x3 note cards if you wanted to, make little note cards. Those would actually fit in there perfectly. Probably fit all 12 months if you wanted to. So that's a little idea, but you could also put tons of different candy in there, a little candy package, some of the shreddy. You could go all fun on this one. All right, so let me show you how to make this. You are going to cut a piece. Oh, remember you get 2 of those arches. I'm gonna get rid of that ink pad and get out my Lost Lagoon. So let me also clean my stamp so I don't get ink everywhere. Yep. Okay, so you're going to need a piece of crumb cake that is 5.5 by 6. So you can get 2 of these out of a piece of cardstock, so which is really nice. Actually, what you can do, this again is another sheet of just 1 sheet of cardstock. So you could, if you're making this at home, you would cut this 5.5 by 6.5, or 5.5 by 6. So it actually goes this way, 5.5 by 6, and then you can get the 2 arches out of the other half of the paper. So let me tell you the measurements to score this. I'm going to actually go right from my paper. So yeah, you'll have there's a step-by-step tutorial of all the products that we used, the measurements with the score marks, and then the directions. So all of our projects, let's see, what are we making tomorrow? Ooh, tomorrow we're going to use Ocean Friends, a little sneak peek. We're going to make this really awesome. This box is so cool. We're making that one tomorrow. All right, little sneak peek. Okay, so on this one, we're going to start, and these everyday arches, I do not know what we ever did without an everyday arch. Like, I use them on everything now. So I love the arches. Hopefully you got them when they were in stock. They've been out of stock a lot lately. All right, down the 6-inch side, we are going to score this at 1 1/4 and 4 3/4. So I hope I'm doing this the right way. 1 1/4 and 4 3/4. There's a reason why I don't do videos at night, by the way. Like, my brain, by this point, because I do business training all day. Like I do business coaching. So I've talked to over, I don't know, dozens and dozens, over 20 or 30 demonstrators today, helping them with their businesses. So by the time I get to this point, my brain is mush. So I'm definitely following directions. All right, the other direction, on the other side, you're going to score it at 2 and an 1/8. Yes, I use the 1/8 marks. 2 and an 1/8, and then 3 and 3/8. So that's one. It's a little marker shy of 3.5. So 3 and 3/8. Okay, this is what you're left with. While you have this out, you're going to score the ends of these everyday arches at 1 1/4. Both of those ends at 1 1/4. 1 1/4. 1 1/4. And then you need 2 pieces of the plaid that are 2 1/4 by 3.5. So I did not cut those yet. I had an idea what I wanted to use. Let's see. All the plaid is so pretty. I want to do something with I want us going to go with the blues because I use this, to me, I think is pretty springy looking as well, and it's got the blues. So 2 of them do 3.5, and then 2 1/4. Because this is the front and the back. So you don't have to do the back, but you might as well. You got bunches of paper in there, so go ahead and use it up. All right, so those are the 2 pieces that you need. And these are just some extra pieces. All right, now let's assemble this bad boy. Pretty easy. For the box, you're going to score along all the lines that you scored. You're going to fold along those lines. It's a really pretty simple basic box. So just snip up to those, and same thing on this side. This box is going to get covered. Normally I would even miter it a little bit. You don't have to because you're not even going to really see it. I'm going to take those little tabbies. I leave the tabbies because then it makes it a little bit stronger. And then on the 2 insides here, on the outer edge, that's where I'm going to put my adhesive, like that. And that just these come up. All right, so this is the inside. It just makes this a little pouch, a little holder. So it is the inside of this. Oh, good. Roxanne got them. I know they are coming back in stock. Thank goodness, because I love them. They're so awesome. All right, our next step are our arches. Before I do this, I'm going to glue down my piece of plaid, and these are gonna go on just the front and the back. So I'll put that on one side, and then this on the other side. Okay, and then you've already scored that bottom there. So I'm just gonna put adhesive just the one side. Now here's a little trick I have to give. When I did this, this is 1.5, this is 1.5. Like it is like, look at that. It's like a perfect fit. You don't want it to be like that. You don't want it to, so you want to, when you glue this down, give yourself like a 1/16 of an inch or an 1/8 of an inch little buffer. So I'm going to do about an 1/8 of an inch. So that way the bottom of that box just sits a little bit. Then I'll put the glue down here for the bottom of the box. Then that just settles right in there. And you have a little bit of room there on the side. Isn't that so cute? So cool. Then this comes up. Now you've got options here. You've got lots and lots of options. First of all, you don't have to glue these down. So you could take a hole punch and punch a hole and thread ribbon through the top there and tie it shut with a bow. You can wrap your ribbon around here if you wanted to and tie a bow here, you know, off to the side. You could do that way, and that will hold it shut too. You've got lots and lots of options with this. I personally decided to actually just glue the sides right down to make this like a standing little package that would have like candy in it, or, you know, little gift giving. So I'm just going to go ahead and put adhesive there and then glue those sides down. So that's how I chose to do it. So it's more of a, you know, these will stay in place and more of a freestanding there. Let's decorate it. There was a countryside corner. I know I already saw it. I gotta turn this heater on. My hands, just gonna get a little bit noisier. Oh, there it is. My hands are like not working because it's so cold. Michigan just got this huge cold front that came through. The sample one that I did, if you're copying the tutorial, I just took 3 of the flowers. And again, you can make whatever bouquet that you want to make. I do, in a bouquet, I like making some that have like, you know, like a little stickier, you know, like that. So if I wanted to, I could make a card, my box would match these if I wanted to. But I'm going to color the flowers in to kind of match whatever paper that I'm using. So here is the sample. It's in the tutorial. I stamped it with Calypso Coral. This one, though, I think matches Sending You a Floral Hug, Happy Birthday. I couldn't have picked a better friend. Wouldn't that be so cute? And then you would do it for a friend. Like you would have your birth month and her birth month. I think it's so sweet. I'm doing Sending You a Floral Hug so that I could send this to kind of anybody. This one I wanted to show you, and I didn't. Again, this is kind of a, oh boy, I can't, let's hope this is straight. Yeah, pretty good. The cool thing about these flowers, there's lots of cool things. Let me show you a couple other little things about them. The one is in the dies. The dies are numbered. So like the flower for January, on the back of it, it has a 1. So I'm going to, that way you'll know which one goes with which. I'm going to stamp them with Memento ink. I definitely want to do May. I like May. May is my birth month, so maybe that's why I love it so much. But May is also Lily of the Valley, which I think looks really nice in the bouquet. So I would have, you know, May. When you run it through the die cutting machine, what I love is this will cut off the words. So then you are left with just the flowers that you want. So that I think is beneficial too. So you might not always want the month. You might actually just really want the flowers. Then you can do just the flowers as well. Let me do one other flower. Let's do this one. I don't know what this one is. Oh, it's July. Okay, so we have July. All right. I think we could use we can make these any color that we really want to. I'm going to grab my little machine here and run these through. So the first one we're going to run through is May. Typically what I do is I will put these down with washi tape. I don't have any washi tape here. So what we're going to do today is we're just going to say a little prayer. God, please let that not move. Let it stay in place. That's my washi tape for tonight. So it's also a bouquet, so if it does, you can cover that part up. Hey, that's a pretty good prayer. All right, let's try again. Now we have July. And I also put these back in place as well too. So I keep them kind of in the same order. So if you know your 12, count 1 to 12, you can keep them in order. But the backs of them are numbered. Very helpful. All right, use a Post-it note. Oh, look at that shakes, you guys. I don't even know if I have Post-it notes here. It's funny, the things like to get ready for all these techniques, I had to bring so much stuff with me. I'm so afraid I forgot something. Like I don't, here at my studio, in my craft room in Byron Center, like I just am kind of starting from scratch like everybody. Like I had to get, I don't own everything here. I own most things. My actual studio, but here I pretty much just use what I need for the classes that I'm working on. Anyway, those though, look, without a Post-it note and without washi tape, they are pretty darn good. Again, I was impressed with myself. All right, I'm just gonna grab a couple colors to do. Some green, some blue. Maybe some, I think yellow flowers look really, really good. I'm just going to go ahead and color some of these in. And I do not care what the colors are supposed to be. Like, some people do. And you can definitely make them whatever color you want to. I'm all about making them match my card. That's what I want to do. So I like them to match the paper that I'm using. That's my main concern. So you can have blue flowers, you can have purple flowers, I'm going to have orange flowers on this one, and yellow. Those lily valleys I think are typically supposed to be white. Okay. This is granny apple green. And these all have a little bit of green in them. And I'll do the green on this one too, since it's in here. Alright, and last but not least, I'm just going to add a little bit of peach pie. Yesterday I called it peach parfait. So, peach something. Peach pie. It is peach pie. It's one of our current in colors. Okay, there's our 3 colors. So to make our bouquet, let's see, I got my thing all messed up, sorry. We're almost done for our first day. So if you are watching this on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe to my channel so you'll know when I do all the days. Again, and if you're watching on Facebook, I highly recommend that you, again, like this page. Because we do, again, this week alone, we're going to do videos every day showing you different techniques, different fun folds. We have a little mini book. We have like the stair stepper card, seed packet holders, all kinds of things. So make sure you do subscribe to the channel so that way you'll know when everything is. You'll get, alerted to things that you want to watch. I'm going to take a little one over here. Okay. What do you guys think about this project? What would you put in this box? Like what would you, because it's not just look how pretty. Now we put a bouquet on there. And then this gets glued down to the front of, I love this blue. I love the blue. I don't know if you can see, it's very springy. It's very pretty springy. We'll tie a fun little bow with this ribbon, and we'll add that to our project. All of the videos this week, remember, if you place an order starting today, anytime today, all the way through next Monday, we will send you the tutorials for all 10 projects for free. And otherwise, if you would prefer just to buy them, you can buy them. They're $25. And then you'll have the written instructions as well. Of course, you can follow along here with the video and do it from there. But if you would like the actual templates and printed instructions, then you can get them for free with an order, or you can buy them. But I hope you join me all week long. If you miss a day, you can always watch the replay. So here is day 1 of our crafty spring break. Is anybody like really on spring break? I'm going to be next week. So here's our cards so you can see them. Oops, let me go up this way. This one has the 4. This one has 3. And then here is our little packaging idea as well. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me here. And again, be sure to like this page, subscribe. You can share this video. I love that. It means so much to me. And all of your comments, we read every single one of them. And I'm so glad. These they will be on Creative Corner. They're not there yet. They'll be there probably later in the week, but they will also all eventually show up on Creative Corner as well. So hopefully you join me tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be going live at 2 o'clock right here, and then also eventually it will be on YouTube. And Wednesday is our normal lunch break, so you can take a lunch break. All right, you guys have a great rest of your evening. Thank you for being here tonight, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.